My client almost fired me last week and then apologized to me. My name is AJ. I do business development for like smaller solopreneur small firms. We have a lot of like web developers, podcast producers, um, consultants, marketing agencies, that type of thing. And I had a client who was going to essentially end services with us after they'd been working with us for a while. And so we had booked essentially a call to meet with them and discuss why they wanted to essentially fire me. And I was like, what did we do wrong, right? From my understanding, everything was working really well. They were closing deals, generating sales for their business. And then literally, I think the first thing that happened when I got on the call was that client said, "Hey, I'm sorry." I'm like, oh, I wasn't necessarily expecting that. I thought maybe I had done something wrong, right? And they were like, I'm like, oh, what's going on? And she goes, yeah, I'm sorry. I get nervous and I was convincing myself that I needed to chase a different shiny thing. And even though her process and working with us, she was closing deals. She had closed a deal like the day before I jumped on a call with her. So she was like, look, I'm sorry about that. I'm just like, this is a new business for me. This is the first time I'm growing this. And so my fallback feeling anytime anything isn't perfect or if something isn't going to happen is that I need to like burn it all down and start from scratch. And I get that because I've done the same thing. I've burnt down very, very successful companies for the purposes of like, shiny object syndrome, right? Yeah. So anyway, that was an interesting thing that happened literally in the last week. This client still working with us, totally happy, totally hitting their outcomes. I don't know if this has ever happened to you where you've had a client fire you or almost fire you and then maybe come back and say, hey, I was wrong. But I thought it was a very reaffirming thing for a lot of the work that we do here. So, that happened to me last week. Have you guys ever been fired by a client where you felt like you didn't necessarily do anything wrong? Tell me about it.